When you open your zip file, you'll notice that there's several different versions of this options panel. Actually, they're all created by the same developer. However, they're different versions. And so this is the most recent version of the options panel, and we're not using it in this video. However, all of the files are here, documentation is here, and everything. So after watching this training, you should be able to hop in there and know exactly what to do. This is the old version. This is a unedited version of the options panel that we're currently using. This one is the tutorial version. This is the edited version that we're going to use in this video. So this one is the same options panel, but it has all of the settings and configurations as originally set by the developer. This one is modified to work with my code snippets and tutorials. And this is the plugin version. There's also a plugin version of it. You don't have as much control, but you may find it easier to use. However, for the sake of training and education, I think that it's best that you get familiar with this one first. You'll be able to use the plugin much more efficiently then. So let's get the one out of the tutorial out of the tutorial version, and I'll just pop this admin directory into our theme file. Into our themes folder. And that's it. And actually, okay. And so that's all we need to do for that. Now, that concludes this video, and we'll begin the actual development in the next. Thank you for watching. Welcome. In this video, our goal is to make it through the basics of a WordPress connection with your custom layout. Once again, we're using the Megan theme that we downloaded. It's free, open source, and also provided with your download. And so right here, we're looking at the local static HTML version. And you can click through and you can see each of these pages. And so just keep in mind that by the end of this video, we're going to be able to see on our WordPress site. So right now, we've got the 2010 theme activated, and we're going to be replacing this theme with this HTML CSS static structure. So we're going to set up the first connection, which is an actual activation. And then in the next video, in section B, we're actually going to begin to make this static layout dynamic. So let's begin. Going back into WordPress, we'll pick up from the last place we left off. And that was we had downloaded the index.php file from the themes directory on the testing server, on the development server. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this refresh button, and you'll see that you can now see the theme files that we downloaded. And here is that entire structure. Here's that admin panel right here. The first file we're going to open up is our index.html file. And the reason is because we're going to be using this file to create our themes homepage static setup. So now the first files of our theme, we have to create the basic foundation theme structure. That's header.php, And I'll just scoot this over here. Well, I'll just save this to the themes directory. So we're going to make header.php. We're going to make index.php. Sidebar.php. Footer.php. And then we're going to make a WYSIWYG.css file, and we're going to save it in the directory called CSS. Wait a minute. Okay, there's already a CSS directory. Let's save it in there. So this is okay, and that's it. Now, just a quick note: the first layout template that we're going to begin with is the home page. I want you to keep in mind that there are many options for creating a home page, but keeping it simple, you can never go wrong by using index.php file as your home page template. For the sake of simplicity, we're just going to use index.php, and then we're going to create the other template files in the second section of this video. So let's begin with actual development. The first thing that we're going to do is open up our snippets. There we go. And I'll go ahead and collapse these just to give a little explanation. After you've activated the snippets, you'll notice that you've got a WordPress snippets directory. And when collapsed, you've got development sections, general functionality, and extras. Most of everything that we're going to use in this video, in fact, everything that we're going to use in this video will be inside of the development sections. The videos will reference the snippets based on section A, B, and C. So right now we're going to be working in section A. The next video will move on to section B, and then finally section C. So you know exactly where to find the code that is related to that part of the video. So in header.php, starting on line 1, we're going to pop in our header. I'll just spread this out a little bit so you can see some of these titles. So this is the theme head code, and you see it goes in header.php. And you double click and that goes in. And what this code is going to do is put all of that necessary markup and PHP in the head region of your HTML, of your theme. We've got the ping back URL. We've got the reference to the WYSIWYG.css. This one right here, finds the main style sheet, which is style.css. Here we're getting the blog's name and the title of the post, and you can edit these, any way that you need to. And then finally up here we've got the doc type information. So now what we're going to do is over here inside of our template we'll find the head region, and I'm just going to come inside of here. This is the navigation container. Collapse that. I'm looking for the header. This is the contact info. Okay, this is the intro right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take all of this all the way up to the body tag, and this is going to be our header.php. And as you can see, this code right here is grabbing everything from this top region on up. And so we want to keep that inside of our header. Next, we're going to move on to the body area. Now this is the intro. The intro will go inside of index.php, and then also featured artwork. This area will go inside of index.php. And here is the gray separator. So all of this is going to go in index.php. And then finally we have the footer. So now we can take these blocks and put them where they go. And you can use the apply source formatting command to get your code nicely formatted. I'll save header.php. Here's index.php. Now for index.php, because we've got the header and we've got footer, we're going to need to get both of those. So on line 1, go ahead and get the on line 1, go ahead and get the header, and then paste your code from the theme, and then after that, get the footer. And what this is doing is PHP allows you to dynamically import content from different PHP files into one PHP file. So here we're actually going to include, everything that's inside of header.php and also everything that's inside of footer.php, and we're going to place those above and below the this index that the markup that we have for the body. Okay, and finally we'll go ahead and get the footer. I'll go ahead and apply source formatting. Okay. Now, for your footer, it is very, very important that you do not forget to pop in your footer detect, and it's right here. This function lets WordPress and all plugins know where the footer is of your theme. So, and you'll notice that there's also one for the header. So this function lets WordPress know where your header is, and this one lets WordPress know where the last part of your HTML document is. So you see we put it right above the terminating body tag. I'll go ahead and save that. And let's open this. And apply source formatting. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is get our style.css file. Now you'll notice that in our theme they put the style.css file. I've got an index.css. Is that the main style sheet? Okay, common.css is actually the main style sheet. So we're going to delete this one. Well, actually, I'm going to save this as style.css inside of the root directory. Style.css has to be in the root of your themes directory. And it has to be named style.css. This is critical. So now we have style.css. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of common.css. Well, I'll go ahead and keep it for the sake of the development of the other themes, of the other template pages. Okay, so now that we have style.css, I'll go ahead and apply the theme declaration. So here we are, and just update these. So I'm going to name this theme Megan Clone. Okay. And now I'm going to upload all of this theme's files. First I'll refresh. And now let's upload the entire theme directory to the server. So now let's take a look and see what we've got. So we'll come under Appearance, go under Themes, and we see it here, Megan Clone. This is now, you'll notice that it does not have a screenshot. So let's go ahead and create one now. And we'll name it Screenshot and save it. And we're going to save this to the themes directory. So it's going to be saved as screenshot.png. Save it. And let's come back over into Dreamweaver. And refresh. Here it is here. Upload it to the server. So now, when we refresh, we see the screenshot. So now let's go ahead and activate this theme. And when we take a look at the site, doesn't look very good, does it? However, we see that much of the theme is here. So now we got to come back in and we got to finish it off. First, let's take a look at our. First of all, notice that we've got index.css here. So in the header, I'm going to let's paste that in here. Now we need to update this URL. It is very important that you use dynamic functions to get the URL of a file. First of all, we can't just keep it CSS/index because the actual URL to this file is your domain name / WP-content /themes /Megan clone /CSS. So it's going all the way in. So to dynamically get the URL to your themes active to your active themes directory, simply use the snippet URL for themes root directory under section A. Pop that in. Make sure that you add your /. So now when we save, let's take a look and refresh. So now it's beginning to look a lot better. Now the next thing is that we've got to update all of these image paths. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and close out this index.html file. We don't need it anymore. Now I'm going to run a script for all of these open documents right here. We're going to find all of these, okay, and I'm going to copy that. So we'll do a find and replace. And we're going to replace with this right here. And in fact, I'll just pop it right here so that you can see. So we're going to get this. And basically all we're doing is the same thing. We're updating the source of these images to contain the dynamic URL path. So here we are. We're going to replace all instances of every open document that has src equals quote open quote images. We're going to replace it with open quote and then the function for the dynamic URL to the themes directory. And we're going to hit the drop down. We'll select all open documents and we'll do replace all. You see it updates all of those. And now I'm going to simply hit file and save all. and those files will all save and automatically upload to the server. We can refresh our screen now, and here we are. That concludes this second part of the video, section A. So now, as you can see, we've succeeded in establishing an activation of the theme showing our home page HTML layout structure, static layout structure. In section B, we're actually going to make all of these areas dynamically connect with the WordPress admin. Thank you for watching.